Here we are. All right, as soon as this, there we go. All right, welcome, welcome. Are we headed for the Great Reset? This will be the topic that we're going to talk about tonight, and we will get into that shortly. Before we get started, I just want to remind everybody if we have any kind of technical issues, that I will get right back on as soon as I possibly can. And so just be patient if there's any kind of problems, which it does happen. But just letting you know ahead of time. So again, if we get interrupted, I will get right back on. Okay. So, uh, secondly, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to be decent in the chat, no racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those rules, which are simple, realistically, we have these awesome moderators that will boot you out of here. So we're not going to tolerate it. Okay, just putting it out there ahead of time. So just don't do it. Let's have a good chat. Let's have a great discussion. This is going to be one tonight. I want a lot of your feedback, so I'm going to be trying to keep an eye on your comments because I think this is an important subject to be talking about. Okay, and so we're going to get into that. So obviously, I did my video earlier today. I'll give you the update. Anybody that doesn't know yet, Hella, or not Hella, Pandora, not Jesus, Bella, old age. It's like you have to run through all the animals' names. Bella has passed away. She died through the night last night. And so it's very, very sad. I feel so bad for Heather. She has taken it extremely, extremely hard. And so she decided to have her cremated because she wants the ashes. And you have to understand something. Heather has had that cat since she was 8 years old. She is now 19. That cat is her love. She just doted. That poor cat never had a chance. When that cat was a kitten, Heather would grab her and she would take her and hold her and just carry her around with her all the time. If the cat tried to leave Heather's room, Heather would grab her and put her back. So eventually the cat just literally gave up. Was like, okay, you win. But they were a good match for each other. And she just really, truly loved that cat. And she had a good life. I'm thinking it was kidney failure, just the way she went down so, so fast. And it's unfortunate it happens. And there's really not a whole lot you can do. She had a good run. She had 11 years. And, it's weird. It's like indoor, outdoor cats, their life expectancy is less than cats that are indoors all the time. If you have an indoor cat that's indoor constantly, never goes outside, their life expectancy is longer. I don't know why that is. It's just the way it works. But Bella didn't go out a lot. She went out, but she was not out a lot. So, Heather has taken it obviously very, very hard, and so I said, so I asked her. I said, how much was the cremation? $240 to have the cat cremated, but it's her money. She can do what she wants. I would rather, take the cat and bury her on the property, and then you've got a spot where you can go and visit. But that's what she wants to do. It's her, it's her thing. It was her cat. So, but it's tough, and it's funny because it's like I was saying to Heather tonight. I said once you went off to college, that cat was with me all the time. So it's going to be weird. That part of it's going to be weird, is not having that cat right there laying in bed and doing all those type of stuff. So it's definitely not an easy thing. Especially when you've had an animal a long time, it's tough. Hey, Mountain Kayaker, R.A.P. Sweet Bella. So sorry for you and Heather's loss. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's, you have these animals for a long time, and they're just such an integral part of your family and stuff. And then when they go, it's just, but that's the cycle. I mean, that, part of life is death, and we have to deal with that. And everybody deals with it differently. So, but did she put Bella in an urn? She hasn't got her back yet, JJ. So she dropped her off this morning. They're cremating her. When they're done, they'll call her. I'm sure she'll put her in some kind of urn, with the cat's name on it and stuff like that. I'm sure she'll do that. But and again, that's going to be her choice, and I'm not going to tell her what she can or cannot do. As far as that, because she's an adult, and like I said, that was her cat. So just like Max is my boy. Max was supposed to be Eddie's cat, but Max decided that he liked me better. So and just kind of like Buddy, the same thing. I mean, it's just. But anyway, all right. Let's get into the topic. Okay, lot of information to go over, a lot of things to talk about. A lot of interesting ways to look at this. So, are we headed for a great reset? In my opinion, okay, we're in the middle of it right now. We are in the middle of it right now. The great reset is happening as we speak. So, what do I mean by that? What am I talking about, right? So, the reset, in my opinion, is eventually the ultimate goal is a couple of different things, the agenda, if you will. And it's the power elite, guys. I mean, it's the people that are behind the scenes that really truly control everything. What do they want? So, and we can use the pandemic as the way to initiate the plan and make things happen, right? And the sheep will just go right along and do as they're told, right? It's all part of it. Hey, 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 enough, you're fine. See, she wants to, that's, Hella wants to be over by me, but the dog is blocking, the other one's blocking her way. Go lay down. You're okay. You're a good girl. You're good. But anyway, how do you do a reset? What is part of the reset? Down. Good girl. Sorry. Hey, get down. Get down. Come on, the two of you, get out of the way. Let her come over here. Come on, come over here. Yes. All right. Now lay down. Everybody relax. Now you're near me. Okay? Yes, now you're near me. Everything's fine. Everybody relax. Yeah. What? All right. No, we're not doing this now. Children. Anyway, okay. So we are in the midst of this great reset right now. So let's talk about the ultimate goal is total and complete control. Every aspect of your life, everything that you do, all of it. Now she's laying down right here. Literally right here. She's laying down now. So that's what she wanted. All she wanted was to be right next to me. So, you talk about Agenda 2030 and all the other stuff. What it comes down to, guys, realistically, if you think about it, and it's really easy if you watch what is happening and what they're doing. Okay. Part of the reset is monitoring and control of every individual in the thing. Okay, so one of the examples, and I'll give you a good example. So you just had, I believe it was Bank of America, right? Turned over to the FBI all the bank statements to prove who was where and when with the whole thing with Washington, D.C., right? So let's say you were one of the patriots that went down to Washington, D.C., and you were protesting what was happening and stuff like that. And of course, you took your bank card, and when you stopped and got gas, you used your bank card. And when you went and had dinner, you used your bank card. Those are all very traceable events. Every time you use that card, you can be traced to exactly where you are, what you're doing, where you're spending your money, and the time that you were in that spot, right? All that's very, very traceable. And these banks, they turn this information right over to the government agencies so that they can figure it out. That's all part of it. Okay. That's why I say to people, if you're going to go out and purchase something that you really don't want people to know what you're buying, ammunition, whatever supplies that you feel that you want to keep on the down low, certain medical supplies or antibiotics or those type of things. If you can pay cash and do it that way, it is the smartest way to do it because it cannot be traced. Every time that And I've talked about this as well. So let's talk, and it all falls into part. And so I'm gonna try to break it down and make it real simple so people can understand. Okay. So when you go to Wegmans or you go to Tops or any of the grocery stores, Walmart, whatever, and you have a loyalty card, right? A lot of grocery stores have the loyalty card. So when you go in and you swipe your card, when you have all your groceries, now they have a record of everything that you just purchased from that store, and they break it down and they target you with advertisements and stuff like that. But they also know exactly what you bought. So someplace, somewhere, that information is all stored. So, they got, okay, here's Prepper Nurse 1. He was in the grocery store on this date, and this is exactly what he bought because he used his loyalty card to swipe to save himself $2 off of his purchase. But we have all the information so we know exactly what he's eating, how he's eating, what are his tendencies to shop, what is he looking to buy, and all those type of things. That's all information that is stored all the time. So you have your credit cards. A lot of people don't even use cash anymore. They use their debit card, right? You put your money, you get paid on Friday. It's automatically put in the bank from your company because you have direct deposit, which makes it easier. Boom, you go do that. And so it's deposited in there. And then you go, I'm not taking the cash out. I'll just use the card. So everywhere you go, you're using that card. That is your paper trail. That paper trail, they know exactly what you're doing, where you're at, how you're doing it. A lot of times they catch these people that kill people. How do they catch them, right? They catch them because of this. Your cell phone. Your cell phone has that information on there. It's your tracking device that you carry around willingly, all right? So they know exactly where you were, when you were there, how you were there, so they can triangulate stuff. Let's say the body was buried off in the woods here in XYZ quadrant, right? Well, with the cell towers and stuff like that, they can ping it off and figure out exactly where you were. Hey, you were near that location, so you were probably one of the prime suspects in that type of situation. This is all part of the Great Reset, okay? And we're doing it willingly. All right, so we're going to get into more of this in a second, but we're at 1,100 people in the chat already. We're at 280 on the thumbs up. So I'm going to ask really quickly for a thumbs up if you would do that to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate it that you would do that. Also, again, it really helps with the algorithm, so the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. All right. Also, the third reason is I like to see a lot of thumbs up. Of course, there's, it's a little game. I want to see how high we can get the number up with each stream, and it's just fun. So also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well, and thank you for doing that as well. All right, so let's get back on this now. So with everything that is going on right now. So we're going to talk about this part of it because this part's important as well. So now we have this global pandemic, right? Oh my God. We have nobody's having heart attacks. Nobody's dying of old age. Nobody's dying of the flu this year because everybody has COVID. Hey, Mountain Kayaker. Let's see. What's next? A Stalin-like killing of 70 million conservatives. Also, they are still bussing in the National Guard in D.C. We're going to get into that part of it as well. We definitely will get into that as part of it as well. Okay. And there's a group that, for whatever reason, and I want to talk about this because I think it's important, there is a group out there that cannot wait to be victimized. And I don't know why, and I never could understand it, but we're going to talk about that as well. Okay. And it's probably going to piss some of you off. But I'm going to touch that topic because it's like I believe in giving all the information. But there's a group that just cannot wait to be a victim and cannot wait to be persecuted and prosecuted and all this type of stuff. I don't know why. I just don't get it, but we'll get into that in a little while. So now we unroll this pandemic all over the world, right? All these people are now restricted. You're very restricted of what you can do. So what do? How do we control you, right? Psychologically, we break you down. Okay, I'm going to give an example of something really quick, and it'll help to explain. So when you go into the military as a young man or a young woman, 18, 19, 17 years old, whatever age you are. A lot of people go right out of high school. That's what I did. I was 19 years old. What they do is they psychologically break you down, and then they build you back up the way they want you to be. That's what they do. So when you leave the military, you never lose that part of you. I mean, I have people that have no idea who I am. I'll be talking to them, and I've had people say to me, "You're ex-military, aren't you?" And I always I go, "Yeah. How did you know?" I mean, we're talking. I've been out 30 plus years, and I'll go, "Yeah. How did you know?" And they go, "The way you carry yourself, the way you talk, your mannerisms, that gets ingrained in you." Because they break you down psychologically and they build you up the way that you want. I still walk in a military manner. Anybody out here that has been in the military will tell you the same thing. It never goes away. It's part of who you are. You even walk in a certain way because that's how you're taught to walk, and you do it. You do it automatically, and yeah, the military training is good brainwashing. It absolutely is. Billy the Kid Norwood just said that. You're right. It's a psychological thing. They know what they're doing, and again, they will break you down. They'll see how far they can push you. You're sleep deprived and all those type of things. But that's what they do to build you up the way that they want you to be. Be a good soldier. Do as you're told. Don't question authority. The whole 9 yards, right? Same thing is happening now. So you have this pandemic. It's put out there. Now we have all these restrictions. So now you can't go to the gym. Right? Why can't you go to the gym? Well, because this terrible pandemic. So now you can't physically continue to keep yourself in good physical condition because a lot of people don't have the equipment to do it at home. They go to the gym. Hey Seth, MK Ultra has gone mainstream. Yeah, okay. Well, thank you for that information. I appreciate that. And thank you so much for the donation too. I do appreciate that as well. But basic training is for brainwashing, for following orders without question. I'm going to tell you what. Yeah, JJ just said that. When I was done with basic training, you are ready to rock and roll. Basically, they go in that direction and shoot those people. You'll do it. You don't even think about it. You just do it. So that's realistically. But anyway, so let's get back to what we were saying. So now you can't physically go out there, work out, and get, psychologically that you do it for your physical well-being, you do it for your mental well-being. Now you're not allowed to do that anymore, right? Also, you can't go out and socialize with people. So going to bars and going to restaurants and having that interaction with your fellow human beings, you can't do that either. We talked about the fact that there has been a great increase in suicides because mentally people are just they're isolating themselves. They're scared to death. They're hiding in their houses. They're living in fear, and so they're depressed and they don't know how to deal with it because this is an hey, no, be good. Unprecedented, supposedly what is happening. It's a crock. It's all about control. At the end of the day, it's all about control. Now let's talk about something else. These wonderful politicians. Oh, thank God for the politicians because they have decided after they've destroyed our jobs, destroyed the economy, okay, the big businesses never had to shut down, only the small businesses, right? So the big businesses made record profits throughout this whole thing. Costco, Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, Maynard's, all those big box stores all over the country have made record profits. How? Because you got a great way to get rid of all your competition because you can use all your local politicians that are all in your pocket and you can have them restrict laws and restrict people and you have to follow protocol and you can't do this and you can't do this and you have to be shut down and you're not making any money, right? So now you're not socializing. Your business has been destroyed if you're a small business owner. Oh, Amazon, I'm sorry, let's not forget them. Yes, Amazon has made record profits as well. We can't forget them. So what happened to just just before the pandemic started. I want you guys to think about this too. It all ties in. It really, really does. And this is not, I'm not doing any kind of conspiracy theorist stuff. This is not any kind of conspiracy theory. Everything that I'm going to say to you guys, you can look it up. You can see it's exactly what has happened, what is exactly that's going on. So this is not me going, oh my God, the sky is falling and this is all, that's not any of this at all. This is all, everything I'm going to say is a fact. You had 1,600 CEOs of different companies step down just before the pandemic. That's a record number of people that stepped down in 2019, just before the pandemic started. That is very, very interesting, and it's very, very telling as well. Okay, very interesting. Pay attention to that. Okay, Karen just said I canceled my Amazon account. That's a great name too, Karen. Geez, I wonder what people use that name for. I'm just teasing you, Karen. You know, Walmart owns 51 or 52% of Lowe's, so they'll always be open. Yeah, well, there you go. But again, just unbelievable amounts of money that these big corporations are pulling in. Now, all these small businesses. Now, so we're going to get back